So let's see. So, um, if you feel you have a problem with how myself or someone wants things done, and you sort of have to do it right to have to in the end, no matter what, and then, or that's like that for them is, and you're going to do something violent instead of it, right? Or aggressive in any way, shape, or form that's negative, you know, um, you can report it to the police yourself. You know what time it is these days, and just be honest with them. All right. In some cases, it'll be, they'll give you resources, all sorts of things to help you out with, you know, so that you get the through the situation in enough time before you do something bad. Like I said, with others, and spacing themselves from situation enough to before so they can get a grip on reality. Well, because of the track, and that's it. So, with the new of your brain accessing the information that way from the core, right? Um, you'll That's one extra step towards, like, right, since now you know all the differences. There's another something I could have after like a couple months, maybe 3 months of you going through our board down to the lessers that can be, and the are of, just chalker information for your brain so it knows not to go into that stuff, and that it does not equal their equations, only your graph center front. All right. It's the respectable operation of a title of an overlord and savior now too, and officially, yeah. I also did all the problems of the world today. Yeah. So, um, there's that title, and the title of the Lords, father figure, and the Almighty Lords is how it translates to. The best way you need right now for your mind, right? Something to its nature. Make it all grand and triumphant, right? All that stuff in from before with the Lord and being all them different images of grand and triumphant are of this platform, heaven on earth now. And I bring you the most there can be ever. All right. Let's see. Buried love, baby. It is good to give thanks and praise. Peace be with you. Yeah, that whole reality of other life going on out there, churches. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, you could write me out a grant. This is still a messed up situation, and that money was, while more than technically entitled to go to me, right? Um, because I carry the and winning savior. So, like appointing me as like your representative and this and that, and da 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 da. You know, um, and then I tell you where it stands. You know, as far as what I do, and I would have gotten some money and paid it back with all them perks, and we'd have been so much better off than this whole year. Uh, Church workers of the preachers, right? You have whole houses and followers. What's up with hoping for the best, knowing whom I am or what I'm selling? Yeah, that's what you have to bank on. So it's easy money, and because I claim the save, because I do, because the claim as a savior title goes to me. You can sue the uppers too and get a whole bunch of money for the lawsuit happening, so changes get made. Better Business Bureau. In any event, there's always to escape things like being those types of draftees, like also doing a phase one. You could orchestrate all those things. So, and then in the end, the quick fix is me getting some money. All right. That I can spend. Well, more than $50. Yes. All right. So, and then any of you that want business, you gotta write me so I know about you. Website designers. You know, it's that simple. You write me, hey, to make money, man. I'm trying to get you to make some money, man. What's up, crazy bastards, bro? I love you so much. It is, you are that cool. All right. So please follow through. Make sure to also that cover the things I've said, like where people can't help themselves. All right. So important. Those people are in their version of what your version of the situation, looking back then at me with now knowing the difference of economy and its rules and regulations for survival. Maybe I needed to add that in. Herb and Myrtle, right? The rest of us, man. I flat. It's a term. Rules and regulations. You know what a joke is, right? And then I try to separate differences as much as possible. And then if it was off, it's just garble. And at least in the ballpark, I know that much, right? So you can just adjust to that, dude. It's in that line, and here's the whole freaking, and here's our sliver of information through it. It's that simple. Oh, like making also Earth a place where it seems like you have a host, right? For outboardlies after me, getting that done through your government, right? So, nice little spot of shade. Breezy. So, in a little bit, it's going to be time to eat. We will have a shot and, see, guess I should take some spirulina. So remember, with something like spirulina, it's not taking more at one time because it'll just expel through your digestive system the rest, right? It's doing the regular cycle. All right, that's just what it is. Got to do it, got to do it, got to do it. Yep. Okay. Like, so these things they call supplements, right? Spirulina is supposed to be its version of, like what I said, some sort of its version pellet of veggies. All right. It is what it is, and it has more of the molecules of than the vegetable side or two sides, really. Just when you're not eating properly, you need to at least look at it that way per side. 3,000 milligrams to do it. You're also not eating as much as you should, right? Now, as the child, you cut up their size out of the pill, all right? And then when they're really small, the powder, it's not a lot. Oh, man. That's where you use powder, where it won't mess up the taste, right? And they'll still get down on it, you know? So, and keeping things out of reach, anything you have out of reach of children. All right. Really, So, it is good to be good. And you'll have less stress. All right. You make the situation workable to sustain itself. Right. And I wish this I could say was my platform for my military folk, registered military folk out there. But it isn't. And you have to do the paperwork. That 3 years is rapidly approaching. Maybe that's when you have the point of no return. Look, there's stuff like that. I just don't have to honor it. Hey, yeah, that's what's going on. Oh. So, that's like the rules of this game. Military judge scenarios, right? Those of you that could do the paperwork on your personal time off duty do its for the dream that you stand for as the whole. I know damn well you're not all of a sudden be in a situation where you have to be looked at like they don't need information to blow something up somewhere, right? And then when they check it out, they're nothing, right? Something. Y'all good kids. You don't need much, just a continuation of something. All right. So look, when I do go eat, I'm gonna do some other things too, and then we will start up at around what 4 p.m. All right. Go for some sort of hours, and then I'll eat 3 probably at the most, right? So we can get it out the way. And then probably I'll just go back to the library at that time and sit outside, like, you know, stuff, and just be with you. All right. You know what's up. Oh. So, I know there were, you got to practice remembering to try to do the information I give for you that I'm saying, and you will be in control of your body, fellas. All right. That's it. So, let's see. Yeah. You're good people. It is good to be good. All right. People respect me. All right. That's what they respect the information, and what the information means is they won't be. They'll be protecting their faith and honor, right, by supporting me. And I was thinking we should do some name tags where it'd be draftees, a level of draftee, if you want. That was. Don't be surprised when you have what version you have to do. If it's like that for me, when it's time to handle you. All right. And the way you help me is you help my people and the quest. All right. And by also not being forceful of yourself in any way, shape, or form. All right. Just offer. All right. And freaking, if there's an issue, yard work for someone that needs it. Those of you that aren't militia, that better have had some sort of stripes running around, they, cover something. Cover something if it's sort of not like that. But maybe it happens once a month while they cover spread, is what it is. And you prep it for them, so all they got to do is come in and then move the furniture the other way back to where it was, and voila, do the, or where they, no. So, and the important thing is not to drag furniture. Do not drag things, even on the rug or tile, whatever else. In any situation, do not drag things. All right. There's like, act like everything's, like breakable, like it's glass. You know what I mean? Or something fragile. Or all right. So You can get the things like that done, fellas, with the stripes that seem kind of wild. That you're like, oh, man, this is all fine, Danny, but a whole bunch of freaking young scrubs too. They're also extra dirty. Make them shower every day as rules and stuff, right? Um, uh, 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 you can get white paper suits and gloves for them to wear in the house so that they don't bring in like eggs in the air, right? Get trapped in down here somewhere, right? It's very, very, very within 3 days to shower at the longest being outside. All right. Just look at what I'm saying as a soldier. All right. If you can get a freaking shower by the third day that morning, do it. It's very important. And really the night before so you can sit there clean and not perspire more. Right. It's like 15% of the normal. All right. Even of like greases and stuff that come out when you're perspiring too. All right. Maybe perspiration is the. So it is good. We're going to have a good time. And we are the champions, my friends. All right. So just sit there helping the kids beam, and as much as you can through it too is good. They're all like cute and cool. All right. Or like silly for the dudes is cute. Right. Cool. Cool. Cool, just cool in all sense. Silly's fun. I don't know, silly. I say silly stuff. It's fun. I like silly. Feels good. All right. So, kind of like awkward ladies. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. Yep. For civil rights is what I talk about. So you'll excuse me if my tongue gets in my speaking tongues in some cases, which is what people deserve and something. But remember, containment is as like a rule for problems in general. All right, when it's not like weird mental health, off mental health, and then violent version of mental health. All right. Freaking containment. And then it's not like you publicize the other difference. It's just what gets out is what got out. That's it. Not that you were trying to cover it. It's just not nobody's job to, unless, the right communities find out. So, and then, so, and then the right information, right, is out there. There's now that they should be getting the proper help. Like, even if they don't hear voices, in case they're not saying it, right? Saying the difference of now it's reflexes from your brain that just is right. They don't need what traditionally is paranoid schizophrenia medicine. So, it's very imperative to take them off that stuff. Yeah. Whatever you can do, doctors, like of the regular psychological pills, yeah, freaking Xanax, Zoloft, what, so, right, not that, pill thing of all the, and what can be problems. It's not like that. Oh, crazy, huh? Battling the wrong dream. Oh, it's horrible, dog. Everybody loves good things for situation, right? Be so cool to have that vibe, able to have that vibe around town, walking around. Uh, uh, uh. Yeah, it is good, man. Right. Treating people as acquaintances, where you end up confronted to saying hi and things. So don't mistake it for someone after something petty to you or not acceptable. It's the ratios, right? Go where you right, and then just these are the days people are trying to have that to oh man, how cool would that be to have the friendly scenario going around town, bro, and not like cheesy what you might think, just the general oh hey da-da, oh hey da-da. So all right, so let's see. Oh, it's getting a little hot. I should move over. All right, so let's get that shot out of the way. We'll sip down some coffee and go from there. Woo woo. So let's see. It is good, folks. Move around, fars like of soul civil sides, man. Come on, man. To me, I'm saying could like hang out. Like if I you know, I am saying exclusively and confirming, right? There ain't gonna be no problems between differences that come to me, right? I'll be like, well, this is what I sort of have to do right now about this or that, right? With even if it's not like work related, just like gotta touch base with someone so they can see me in that difference of and then 5 seconds later there's something hysterical I got right about whatever, right? It'll all be healthy, right? because it's a work-related situation and the information means a different situation than the other that you're worried about. So just follow through with seeking. All right. And then there ain't gonna be no problems, dude. Right? Okay, so I'm equal no matter what. It's just who comes, and you'll get versions of service after. There's no like exclusive scenario we really need to do, right? Because no matter what, everyone's coming back on some change, right? I know goddamn well you're not trying not to do something because I'm offering seemingly something for nothing. So you're getting away with whatever you want, right? And I'm the one here telling the difference of what needs to happen so that you know and can follow that. Not, this story of everything else that could be going on that's horrible. I mean, we'd definitely be doing something different. I wouldn't be talking about paperwork. I'd be saying, nope, just arm yourself all the time, right? Like, oh yeah, hey man, check out this gun. Right? No, I'm telling you, going over the new. I said where to fortify. Just get yourself what you need, and of that, your general what you were. There's no big war, and there will never be between us of the different supposed to be, at least not through me, of different countries and militias. There ain't nothing like that with me in there. There ain't nothing about me other than some spoiled ass politicians. All right. Happy New Year. So, condensation. So, let's see. What else, huh? It is good. It is good, 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 good. All right. What else? Um, so, I'm going to come up with for you while we're writing the battery out. Um, what else? Let's see. I love you. Nick can comment. Nick can comment. Nick can comment. It was, yeah, speaking of where we're at. Oh man, let me Nick can comment, ladies. We'll do the pretty version of it. So let's see. Oh, and then people trying to come around and see me. Please, I forgot what we put as far as the schedule. Militias in the middle of the week, right? But really it's not going to be a problem, and I'm opening up to all times, right? And then if militias can stay in the middle of the week, right? That way, those that are still cautious. But look, people, you saw the difference of bombing. With what I said, you also collaborated with how there hasn't been issues outside of what happened. All right. It's a totally different story if you don't know like the details. All right. Totally. And I said those things like along the way. So, that's it. I just tweaked things a little bit. Baby. Easy stuff. Easy. I meant to say easy if it was like that for me. Easy. And then, damn, like I keep wanting to go, like, but there's ways you can do bombings without having the suicide version, you know? So that's it. And get away with it with all the lives, right? You see them with a gun or right? Then you mow them down as you're retreating. That's it. Everybody else, like, be like, all right, smile and be like, I mean, it's that effing fucking simple. Right? For an extra way to look, all right, that I'm adding then to the situation. Since you're not writing me, like, okay, well, we need more recognition where we can give it, right? Come up with the ideas, and you gotta, if anything, tell people like the militias that are still active right now, or active then, with what we're doing, where you'll be at and things like that, so they won't tag it till they know you're gone. If you check in regularly with whom are the militaries of the world now as to where you'll be and things like that, right? My soldiers, I call militias because you're local, not outboardly, all right? Not, re, not, all right, you're just local earth related and our country system security, right? But you're the military, whether FARS or registered military or middle militia. So, um, uh, the more you militias that support the government in these different operations, you act on them, the more problems you'll create. Right? Yeah, have to be that middleman thing I was saying. If you want to do some real help, all right. So that's just what it is. You have to. That's the spot for what this calls for. All right. I know you know what I'm saying. You have to follow it out. It's a safety thing also for your soldiers in the registered military of my militias. All right. That way they won't get into the confrontation to begin with. All right. And it'll stop what they were going to try and stop to begin with. All right. Um, before it was going to happen, before it happens. Okay. Um, and then after that, you know, we'll handle news. I will go over the news so I skip through it instead of sitting there with you like, oh my God, and then I can say this and that, and I'll try and skim through it and just post it. I gotta, shit, man, I hate having to eat and charge the battery. Da 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 da. All right, so if anything, when I come back, we'll do the news and then I'll hang up with you. But wait, what do we really need the news for? We don't. You know what to do. Keep following through, folks. That's a notification on the in your thing to do the information. Nothing else. All right, everybody. Um, everyone plays their part. We will. The chain will happen. All right. That's it. No, it's not time to hang up yet. The battery's still depleting. So, let's see. knowing you're good people and I share this wonderful information. I love you. All right. Um, um, so let's see. So good people, remember now being alone, right? If you don't really want to, like, exploring, fellas, what it would be like to have your own personal space and not have to deal with anything, outside of, in your place where you're helping me out at. All right. Where you accept what it is, right? Picture if you accepted what it is I say would happen. Sit around watching TV in your room, end up in the kitchen. Oh, hey, what's up? Because you ended up in there together while, and because you need food at the time. And if you ended up that way and you're back in the room chilling, bro, not a worry in the world. As a reminder to just help the scenario. All right. All sorts of people out there looking like going out there like that, right? And then to be in public for someone else out there like that too, just by themselves. And there's a sports area over there where they, the goals. I think on the other side they can access the field. Even. So, um, if you want something bigger like that, but there's space over there, dude, space over there, right? And like that at all your parks. Utilize your surroundings, right? Um, as a New Year's resolution. All right. New Year's resolution is forwarding to me my needs. All right. Somehow, some way, right? And in all actuality, it is just some of that dope, guns, and keep moving. Unless you're a drug lord, it won't change either. Uh, uh, uh. Oh man, it'd just be so cool to get it from them. So, whether or not you take out the politicians on this wonderful day or tomorrow, if it's still open, then at that time, closed off, meaning for good, till there ain't going to be a New Year celebration scenario till. All right. But that's cool if you go out drinking for a crap load of hours, and all that stuff. You know, you can take the steps by using public transit to not have to drive. I think everywhere there's like that now. Shocker, huh? Wow, bro. And actually, maybe not, huh? Don't pick games just because you got a nice car and you want to ride it around and chill in it comfortably while you're, enjoying the future coming. I have graciously offered as a now to some possible gift. All right. You people and how insignificant things can be one day if you just try draftees. And Leo, uh, civil rights movement. All right. It's a registered civil rights movement, Leo. There's all those differences you could have done to better up the situation for a friendlier approach than to being an asshole. If you're going to stay like that, as if it helped anything. not just been more of an asshole in the picture of everyone trying to survive. All right. And there's plenty of assholes already running around blaring blah, 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 blah that you can throw in jail without having to be an asshole back. Jesus. Those are the ones you're supposed to take, irregardless, right? They can't freaking, and there's a problem where they just totally disrespected the situation altogether. Right? There you go. Then there's the whole other situation, right? Everyone else under that gap is under that gap, huh? And that's what, 75% of a board. So, I mean, there's no excuse not to listen to me, folks. I'm statistically backed by more than facts of actuality happenings. I'm, the realist. So, it is good to freaking fish around militias as far as setting up perimeters around here as hangout situations, if anything. Like, and then I can, come up on, you'll see, you're like, oh man, we can go smoke out with him right now. Oh shit. Washes his hand after the bathroom. Shit, let's go, dog. We smoke out on the way back. Hey, Bear, what's up? All right. Your ye merry smoke of earth is, tasty. It's really, sweet and aren't nice. And all right. You have to at least fish where I say to fish. Then when it makes sense that it's like that, you set up shop. And then if something, then a little bit of some sort of a back off on the situation until you realize, no, it's fine to just, and things will start being the TV version of something magical like this. All right. People will accept honest security towards situation. All right. Yeah, I mean, it ain't hard to do the turnaround. And and moving forward is not hard. In the situation, do the brace of the information I give. All right, fellas. And it's a whole new path of perfectness. And it ain't some horror story where I'm a tyrant. Things are just out of line for what actual standards need. A dress code. It is like ghastly that I'm saying these things. Like a dress code. And this is where we're at too. In my liberation party for me. Movement for you. I told you I meant to finish line, mate. And then I might have to like restrict y'all to where you only can propel yourself high enough. All right. That's a limit I want to put on it for like everyone just like picking up into the next beat of the song to the act, right? That you do, right? I think I can guarantee till midnight tomorrow militias and middle militias that can get in trouble later for not moving. Sort of, maybe those protocols won't hold somewhere. Oh, that's another thing I want to remind you. Should some people do a clean sweep, right? And the paperwork flows and I get the money, like, which will happen because it's paperwork in their face and they see the signature, they'll do it. Make the ruler sign it. Make them. All right. It's a condition. Right? Treat it militarily on them. And then you don't have to hurt them. They're not trying to stop. They're not trying to stop the movement. They're neutralizing what they can so they can have some more free time. All right. They have to believe there's some hope in hell they'll get out later. You know what I'm saying? The goddamn dream comes along, right? So it is true to have hope do what it is I also add all the time. However, by now, the odds of it changing, 3 months into it, maybe, of wherever 3 months actually started for them or should have, right? It is good to give thanks and praise. The Almighty Lords are good overall. There's just youngins still coming out of that stuff, and then there are slivers of problems. All right, banding together, not accepting gross and heinous crimes, and outside of representing themselves, right? So they don't go to jail on murder for representing, so that they wouldn't get whacked later for having to say what they have to say. All that stuff, right? Until we can, and then, or until everyone can, go with what the difference is that I'm offering. Dude, had to be bots, bro. Had to be bots. All right. Like, I don't know how upstairs it isn't. You could have totally used his organs and things like that for what we need, and kept him alive, like I told you how to. So, right, treating things for what they are doesn't mean taking down people who are our cleaners. It involves supporting the quest. I am that loyal individual. I understand differences, and all those jobs you did before meet criteria for what it is I represent for the dream. And you know what I'm saying. Accept it where there might be a problem. All right? There's no more of it being for nothing. All right. If it's in the bounds of the quest for, the new, now that they have the information, No, they can just end up making fun of the person, talking, saying shit, right, and blah 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 blah, and walk away from petty stuff is the issue. Otherwise, we cannot stop people from representing the real deal Holyfield. It is that way. All right. Those people are our soldiers the way the past was of situation, but this way now. Instead of that version of it, it's this version, and we're all united due to the information. Naturally, not forced. It's the dream, baby. Baby. So, if you represent as a whole with acquaintances, all right, for it might have messed you up, won't. These people that are in that line of track and situation, right? If they're representing at a logical level, keep going, right? Than those that were able to, easily seem more like me of the past to a point that it's copacetic, tracking situations down for business and or drafty situations, right? Anybody want to be on the moon in 5 minutes? So we'll do 30 days. But it's like that. That is insured with like the rate of settlement needs. It's like 5 minutes. So, I mean, think of it. It's like if it was needed militarily, guaranteed. Hey, any military soldiers or their families doing that paperwork stuff I said got a loan? All right. Hey, you see how I can avoid having to threaten people, right? Where they can help out. It's not like a threat. It's, I'm talking about reminding them of pneumonia and things like that, not, right? And there's no like doing it right. Excuse me for the past comments of what would have happened to Muhammad actually would have been that scenario because he would have been comfortable with his surroundings and said his piece, right? But didn't have something like this, right? And by the time he would have got they flat out murdered Jesus. There was no way people were going to lose control and do out of character things, do his path of what, he disregarded. And guess what? The odds of that rulership position being there out of paranoid schizophrenia so they wouldn't have to worry about being killed for sending the message of peace, love, and happiness forever. Infinity. The other way. Ugh. Crazy, huh? Mm-mm. You don't use other people or living creatures in any way, shape, or form outside, and you protect them by not disturbing their habitat outside of being a professional and your upgrading situation for them, or not interfering in the natural cycles so they can still be on top of eating regularly on their own, right? Showing presenting the information where they're wild animals and eat like insects and things like that, so they still keep up with it that way themselves too. Be nice and chunky, right? It is good. All right. All right. So I guess it's gonna be about it. All right. Very soon. It's about to say 15 minutes to go. All right. Um. Should I do? Um. I'd like to take another shot, bro. But I'll chill out. Smoke some cigar here, I guess. Mm, excuse me. Military soldiers, I burped in my liberation movement for you, dude. The time we have spent in this. Where's my Chinook? Yeah. Try to put the paperwork through. Right? They'll just keep passing it forward, all these differences, until you do it. Until you get the ones that work. And they should do all of them. Sure, I don't want the Chinook. Uh, a safe house that hasn't been ever used, so I can let people, or maybe let people know where I am this time regularly. Um, I really don't need help other than general regular maintenance of like disrespecters that totally ruin the situation. See, where did I put that tobacco? Mm, we'll just spark up a new one. I know there's that other piece in there I put somewhere. I will get to it and find it when I need leftover in and continue smoking later. It is not like that it's about being a waste. It's about the cigar is still that good. All right. Yeah, different cigar lovers, right? Um, and a good healthy habit. All right. Where it's comfortable, all tarry and gooey. All right. Can get in the way. It can get messy and not fun, really. Try to pay attention to those differences to see if you like them or dislike them. That's all. Did I tell you I love you? You're good kids, fellas. And ladies, of course. All you have to do is remind them. I am so sorry, your older parents with already grown kids that ended up in those problems. That's what it was. A simple batch of words while you're watching your show. That's it. You know. Uh oh. 5 minutes left. Here we go. We can always do that, right? So Yeah, I mean, well, if you're worried about or business, wherever they are, decisions until you stop acting like criminals, I'll stop treating you like criminals. That's just because handlers, even just some sort of office paper regular, not even for this and that, right? Um, However much I need things done doesn't mean I can't offer a humane difference in it where I do. Um, so even though you're guilty by association, I'll let you have the residential areas and businesses. All right. Well, by now, your version of the paperwork would have come back with a long time ago. The needs, huh? Department workers slaving for a check. Oh man, how's that DUI lane too? Having to worry about driving like that. Guess what? It takes away from your high as being high on life. Oh man, what are y'all gonna do? You know, primarily just wanted to put some sort of restriction on situation. Like, come on, people. And Biden went on vacation. Like, I'm not surprised at all. It's just in effing sane. That motherfucker, dude, has the sickest amount of audacity there could ever be in situation to do something like that to us. The number one ruler that's responsible for this situation. Did your other rulers do anything since I said stuff? You can sue on those scenarios too. All right. Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. If you keep doing the paperwork, that's another version of chain that will help the situation fall, folks. You can do it anonymously too. There's no excuse that you're in any danger other than not doing what I say. All right. Uh, and I told you how to do it anonymously. And there's no such thing as law enforcement hacking. Otherwise, there would have been problems already. Do what I've done with grants, writing to grant places. Beyond a reasonable doubt, factually labeled. Factually labeled. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about because they're sitting in there like, oh, the dream. I just don't want to go to jail. Okay. You know what that means now? Those of you that never got into trouble, luckily, even though you're like lame somehow as Herb, and you're in trouble now as a draftee with me and sitting in a jail cell. And then there's that other situation with the whole bots scenario on you. Fellas, this is just despicable, bro. You're embarrassing us. I'll move on.